Airbnb host is accused of using AI-generated photos in a fake $9,000 damage claim. Scammers are mailing mystery packages with QR codes to launch phishing attacks. AI is reshaping consulting. Even McKinsey isn't safe. U.S. court blocks click-to-cancel rule designed to protect consumers. And Atlassian used pre-recorded videos to lay off their staff. Yeah. Really. Welcome to Hashtag Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. You know, there's just sometimes when a theme seems to emerge on the stories. Today, it was really about consumer protection and scams. Hope you enjoy it. A woman who stayed in an Airbnb in New York says the host tried to scam her with fake photos, possibly generated using AI, to support a $9,000 damage claim. The guest, a London-based student, had rented the Manhattan apartment for 2.5 months, but left early, saying she felt unsafe in the neighborhood. Soon after, the host filed a complaint with Airbnb, claiming extensive damage, including a cracked coffee table, a stained mattress, and broken appliances. But the guest denied the accusation, and she pointed out something strange. In the photos submitted as evidence, the crack in the table looked different in each image. She suspected the photos had been digitally altered, likely with AI. Airbnb initially sided with the host and told her to pay over £5,000. Only after The Guardian began asking questions did the company reverse course, issuing a full refund and removing a negative review the host had left on her profile. The guest says her concern is for others who might not be able to fight back. Airbnb has warned the host and says it's reviewing how the case was handled. But the incident underscores a growing issue. As AI image tools become more powerful and accessible, fake evidence in customer disputes is getting harder to spot. A new scam is landing right on people's doorsteps, literally. Criminals are sending fake packages with QR codes attached, hoping to lure recipients into scanning them and visiting phishing sites. According to TechSpot, the scam works by mailing an unsolicited parcel, often with a note claiming it's a missed delivery or a prize, and including a QR code for more information. When scanned, the code redirects the victim to a fake website that mimics a delivery service or prize claim page. There, they're prompted to enter personal or financial details. Authorities have linked this QR code scam to a broader scheme known as brushing, where e-commerce vendors ship cheap, unsolicited goods to random people to inflate product reviews and boost visibility on shopping platforms. These packages create just enough confusion and curiosity to trick recipients into engaging. It's just one of a growing number of scams that use QR codes and social engineering to manipulate people into clicking links. And it works by exploiting a behavior that's all too common and all too dangerous. Never follow a link from a QR code unless you can see it and you are certain that it's safe. McKinsey has been one of the loudest voices urging companies to embrace AI. But it turns out even McKinsey can't consult its way out of disruption. The Wall Street Journal reports the firm is cutting hundreds of jobs and reshaping its operating model. It's now relying more on its internal AI assistant, Lily, and deploying smaller, tech-enabled teams instead of the large junior analyst groups it once built around. The irony isn't lost on anyone. The same automation McKinsey recommended to clients is now what's part of shrinking demand for traditional consulting work. Clients are pushing back on high fees, and fewer are launching large-scale digital transformations. McKinsey isn't alone. Accenture, BCG, and others are facing similar pressure. Now, this isn't a slight to consultants in general. And full disclosure, the FCMC beside my name means I'm a fellow of the Certified Management Consulting Association. It's an honor that's granted to those who've made a meaningful contribution to the profession, and I'm proud of that. Certified management consultants commit to a code of conduct that puts the client's interests ahead of their own. Hopefully, that level of personal trust and accountability keeps them out of the same danger as the people I call the PowerPoint jockeys, who charge huge fees for formulaic advice. A U.S. court has struck down a rule that would have made it much easier for consumers to cancel unwanted subscriptions. The Federal Trade Commission's Click to Cancel rule was supposed to require companies to let users cancel online with the same ease they signed up, ideally in just one click. But a federal appeals court in Louisiana blocked the rule before it took effect, siding with business groups who argued the FTC had gone too far. Without the rule, companies can keep using the so-called dark patterns, hiding cancel buttons, requiring phone calls or emails, or making customers click through endless screens just to leave. Critics say the rule was meant to curb exactly these manipulative tactics. Retail and media companies lobbied hard against the regulation, claiming it was too inflexible and would harm innovation. But for consumers, it likely means more friction, more charges, and more frustration. If you have to spend 2 hours to lose a $5 a month charge, it's just pathetic. And just because the U.S. government has backed away from protecting consumers, it doesn't mean Canada has to follow suit. Adopting legislation like this could be one more way for Canada to stand out as a country that prioritizes consumer and citizen rights. And finally, I'm still reeling from this one. When Atlassian laid off 150 workers last week, the company said it was tough but a necessary decision, made with care, compassion, and full alignment with its values. But here's what they didn't say. For most employees, that compassion came in the form of a pre-recorded video message, not even a live call. Not a conversation, a one-way video file. Former staff have taken to social media to share how they were informed of their termination without a human present, just a play button and a script. For a company that talks about transparency and living its values, that's a hard contradiction to ignore. This isn't just a communications failure. It speaks to a deeper problem. When the people preaching about their company culture can't even show up in person, virtually or otherwise, to deliver news that upends somebody's life, what's left of that culture? Atlassian says it's refocusing on cloud and AI. But if this is the future of management, where empathy is outsourced and hard conversations are automated, then the tools may be evolving, but leadership is in decline. And that's our show. If you like what we're doing, please share the show with others. Give us a like or comment on your favorite podcast app or site. We're found everywhere: Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and more. Fingers crossed, I hope we're back on Alexa speakers, and I hope we'll get back on Google smart speakers soon. But as I've always said, God and Google work in mysterious ways. We'd love to hear from you. You can reach me at technewsday.ca or .com. Just go to the Contact Us page, and while you're there, if you'd like to support what we're doing, please go to the Donate tab and consider contributing the cost of a cup of coffee a month to support the show. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you know what to do. Leave a comment under the video, but hey, your contributions would be gratefully accepted as well. Oh, one more thing. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a terrific Tuesday.